Okay, hello and welcome back to the Sharnhost build, and this is the final completed build of part 8, and this is the 1/700th scale manufactured by FlyHawk, and it's, as I said, the German battleship as it was in 1943, and we finally got it complete. Well, as complete as I can go. I'm still missing a section of the rear of the ship that was missing in the box of parts, and waiting to hear back about a replacement part, so it's to wait and see all that. But anyway, so here it is, the dioramas done. I didn't make any changes. I've decided to leave that as it is. I like the way it looks like. It's quite choppy and rough out there in the ocean, and so I've left it like that. Yeah, so the build, this was my first 1/700th scale, so it was quite a challenge. I did previously do a submarine, which was a German I-400 submarine of 350 scale, which is actually about the same size as this model-wise, but this was certainly a challenge. This kit was the bonus kit that came with quite a bit of photo etch, and but that all seemed to go on quite well. There was a few spots that were a bit hard and tough to struggle with, but otherwise it was okay. The instructions were, well, FlyHawk do their own version of instructions for putting this together, and that was something I had to get my head around understanding. There's still a few things amongst the instructions, why some things were color-coded. There was no explanation of why there were yellow bits on the drawings and blue bits, and I don't know what they meant, but anyway, it didn't seem to interfere with the work. So as you can see, it's got the came with the decking. Oh no, I bought the decking separate, so the decking went down. It's been stained. It went down no problem. It was all fine, and it got it all weathered, and it's looking quite good. I'll have a look around. I had issues with my airbrush and the paints. I've been using AK Interactive on this, the first time I've used AK Interactive, and I can honestly say I won't be using AK Interactive again. I'm assuming it was something wrong with the batch of paint that I had in the kit that came with all the colors I needed for this. Maybe they were old, out of date or something, but it didn't matter how much I thinned them. I couldn't get it to spray out the gun properly. You know, and having them down diluted to the point of water is just no good. You can't paint like that. And as you'll see, I will still have to, these turrets, these big turrets here aren't glued down. I can take them off. And you can see that I've had to thin the paint so much that the colours faded compared to the rest. Now, I mean, I could put that down to weathering, but it does stand out a little bit too much. So I will probably redo those the turrets on this again. Otherwise, everything else went together well. The rigging's done as much as I wanted to do. Being such a small scale, it's, you know, it's not like it's easy to see anything. So I think it'll look good as it is on the shelf like this. Overall, I think it took me about, I would say 4 weeks in total, and that's working on it every day to build this. And there was a couple of compatibility issues between the photo etch and the original parts. For instance, some of the racks for the lifeboats were not the same size as the kit parts. So I found that there was a section there where I couldn't even fit one of the boats on the ship where it's supposed to go, because it's just the way the photo etch rackings were positioned. So I don't know how that happened or what went wrong with that. Yeah, everything else went on quite good. Yeah, there's not much else to say. I'm happy with the diorama. I'll certainly like to do another 1/700 scale, but I don't think I would go for the extra detail of the photo etch. I'll just do a straight. Yeah, it was just getting a little bit too fiddly. Although a lot of the frustration was trying to paint such small parts, which probably wouldn't be as much of a problem if my airbrush was working and I had some decent paint in the first place. My next build and future builds for a while now, I'll be going back to Tamiya paints and also SMS paints as well, just for the fact that they work for me. They work well. Tamiya is a bit of an issue because there's not a great supply or stock available. Like I said in yesterday's video, I went to the hobby shop to go buy some paints for my next kit and to get some blue paint for this that I was going to just touch up the water and everything. Out of the entire display of Tamiya paints in this store, they didn't have any of the colors I was looking for. None of them. Yeah, I mean, I've gone with SMS brand for my next build instead, but I didn't bother with the blue. I just left the blue. I'm just going to leave this as it is. Anyway, I'll throw some photos up. I'll photograph this and get some nice pictures of it, and and you can have a look at those at the end of the video here. But yeah, that's about it. So until the next video, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. If you got something to say, suggestions, anything you want to put down in comments, please do. And yeah, that's the German battleship Scharnhost done. And I'll see you all for the next video. Bye for now.